Yeah, a little more complete, I thought, than the last game. A few things, of course, as a coach that you probably can be picky on and not like. And so, challenged them a little bit at halftime and to do some things a little bit better. And, I thought we defended okay at times, and other times I thought we just didn't quite have the same interest level that I would like them to have. But I really liked us offensively. I thought we shared it the best maybe we have all year. And, when Riley got going, we found looks. Mimi got some high post jumpers. They played us different. I mean, they just completely played off the 4 and the 5, which we haven't seen that much. But that's it's not disrespectful, I guess, but maybe to a certain extent, you're like, okay, I think we're a little better than that. And so, for us to capitalize and find different ways to score, and obviously, the points off the turnovers was ginormous, and the offensive rebounding was good, but at the same time, we need to make the first shot a little bit higher clip for me. I thought we missed some layups, and it's just some one-handed stuff that I want us to finish a little bit stronger. It may not have mattered tonight, but there's still obviously opportunities that it may matter. And so just trying to clean it up and to continue to challenge them and play to a standard. And, like I said, they're shorthanded and then didn't quite have, their top 2 scorers. So, there were some things we thought we could take advantage of. To our players' credit, they did. But excited to let them see the ball go through the hoop and score 106 points and all those types of things. 25 assists is really good. So from that standpoint, we'll move on. We'll take it. We went 1-0 today, and that's always the goal. And obviously, I know we have a big one coming up, and you may ask a little bit about that. But as far as tonight was concerned, it was a good one for us.
Riley, you go 7 of 10 tonight from the field. What did you feel like was going right tonight?
I think it was my confidence. In practice, I've been shooting pretty good from the 3, and I feel like just carrying that over to the game was something that I was trying to work on, and I feel like just letting myself shoot, knowing I'm a good shooter, and not second-guessing myself.
Amy, how did you kind of get in a groove there, I guess, with how they were defending you?
Just realizing, what shots I can take and what shots, I can turn down, because I can shoot better, off the catch, I would say, than the bounce. So just playing off of that and then realizing how they were guarding me in the second half was really much better than the first.
When you get the ball and I guess you're not being challenged close, what's your reaction? I mean, you seem like you're very comfortable taking that mid-range shot. So, are you a little surprised almost?
A little bit, because, I know I'm dominant in the paint, but I think I've showcased that I can hit the mid-range a little bit. So just teams just seeing or daring me to shoot it is just kind of interesting.
A lot of players on this team had defined roles coming in, obviously a few new players coming in, like you. Did it take a while for you to figure out where you fit and how you can best contribute?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think Coach Kellogg did a good job of trying to always encourage me to find my role, and I feel like my three-point shooting has always been a good role for me. But he also encourages me to do more things like rebound, get inside, drive. And so I think it just took me a little bit to kind of be comfortable within myself on the team, but I think I'm doing a better job.
How does that compare to what you were doing at Butler last year?
I think it was a lot different. Obviously, Butler was still in the Big East, a good conference, but not at this level. And I would say that my role was a lot different. I did start and I did play a lot of minutes, and I kind of did have to carry that team a little bit. But I feel like here it's more knowing my strengths and playing off my teammates, and they do a great job of getting me the ball.
Is it a little easier for the ones that are in the starting rotation when the bench comes off and puts up 52 points? Is it a little easier pressure-wise?
For sure. I'm excited to see. I see my teammates hoop every day in practice, so it's nothing that's surprising me, but it's just I'm happy for them to come in and, play their role. I think everybody is getting comfortable in what we're doing, so just to see them go out there and execute what we've been doing every day is amazing.
As a fellow reserve, how happy are you to see Sydney have another big offensive game or second in the last couple of weeks now?
Yeah, I think it's really important to build confidence, and we know the girls can do it. We see it every day in practice. So I just think it's really important for confidence and just to get out there and play. That will carry on to the next game.
Big bench reaction when Maddie hit the three. Just what was that moment like?
No, that was awesome. Honestly, when she pulled that, my whole reaction was like, oh my gosh. But I thought it was awesome. You could tell it was going to go in right as she shot it, and I love the confidence from her.
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Coach? The things you weren't happy with the other day, the ease, better today?
Better, yeah. And we wanted to sustain them. I thought we might, at least I hoped we would adjust and learn from the other day. And they practiced well and stuff leading up to that game. We practiced well with all the ease. So I thought we were in a good place. I just wanted to come out and kind of punch early and kind of sustain the energy and the emotion, the effort, those types of things. And yes, we got off to a better start. We led the entire night from the front, and we didn't do that the other day.
In the ending, you were upset that Arizona went on a run, but tonight you really kind of slammed the door.
Yeah, no, we did. And, that fourth quarter was better. The last 5 minutes was better. So, again, yeah, as a coach, that's what you want. If it doesn't go well, you want to fix some things. You want to see some changes, obviously, sooner rather than later. And they got it corrected pretty quickly.
Early on in the season, you guys struggled from the free throw line. Tonight, you shoot at 91% from the free throw line. Does that make you happy as a coach, especially as you go on in this stretch further in the season?
Yeah, we didn't get there very much. But, yes, the 91%, 92%. Yeah, it's great. They're going to be big. There's going to be big moments. We've already had some of those. So I just think, the more you get there, the more you see it go through the hoop, the more confidence you get. So, yeah, happy for the ones that got there and converted.
Mark, before this game, how did you make sure they didn't look past this game onto TCU and focus on this game?
Yeah, it wasn't really very difficult, to be honest. We didn't say TCU. We didn't talk about that. This is the next one. At the beginning of every week, we reset the week, I guess. So maybe we briefly kind of just talked about our week, that we would be at home for one more, and then we'd have an off day tomorrow, and then we'd prepare for TCU. But other than that, it wasn't honestly overly difficult. You hope you have a mature group that's been through this at some capacity to not look past it. But we knew the task at hand, and and we were prepared, and our kids did a good job.
Get to the middle of the season and you've got kind of have a pretty good idea of what you have. Coming down the stretch like this, though, when you get a game like this from Riley or a game from Sydney or Woodley, is that one of the biggest keys to getting over the hump or making a run at a title, a host, or whatever?
Yeah, I think the idea is that if you can get everybody playing well on the same night, then, you can be pretty good, or we can be pretty good. We're not going to score 106 every night. I understand that. We're not going to turn people over and get 41 to nothing off points off turnovers every night. So it's finding different ways to win. They played us some zone, so we went through that a little bit and made some shots. And, we may see that again at some point. So every time we take the floor, I feel like we're getting better. We're learning more about our group. But, yeah, I want Riley to take the same shots that she took tonight in a close game. Do we have to be up 20 or 30 for you to take those shots? And not that she did, because she took them early. But I want to make sure she continues that mindset. And Woodley's impact was significant when she came in. And the starters, like Jordan's getting pretty comfortable, Mimi, those guys, Shaw's starting to play better too. And Gia finished much better in the second half, and so that's what we've challenged her with. So it's just trying to grow them all in a little bit. And then, if they grow incrementally, then we get better collectively as a group.
How do you go about Mimi balancing the mid-range with her dominance in the paint, especially on a night like tonight where she's essentially being dared to take those shots often?
Yeah, it's just finding the right ones that happen to come in rhythm and not forcing them, because you're going to be open every time you catch it if you want to in that high post area if you're defended like you were tonight. So, we see it all the time. She's more than capable of making that if people want to play her that way. We hadn't seen it that sagged off probably yet this year. So to her credit, I thought for the most part she took the right ones. There was one that maybe I was like, you probably could have waited. Because she'll get it whenever. You don't have to take it off of one pass or two passes. We can wait and let other people touch it, and then you make that pass, and it's in rhythm, and that probably is a little bit better shot.
What did you see out of Riley tonight?
Yeah, just confidence. I thought she played very, very free with a ton of confidence. I think when she saw the first two go in, but she put it on the floor too. She got to the free throw line a little bit. So she can be more than just a three-point shooter. She does that well. I think she's shooting it, though, right now with a ton of confidence. Even in practice, she's been shooting it really, really well. So, excited that she's feeling as comfortable as she is at this point in the season.
And obviously, the outcome wasn't in doubt very much in this one, but you did close each quarter, or at least the first three quarters, on pretty big runs. How important is that, even in a game like this?
Yeah, well, it's what you talk about. Those possessions to end quarters and start quarters are really, really important. And so we want to be pretty good. There's been times I haven't loved us late clock or end of quarter, so I think we're getting a little bit better in those situations, although we had the bad miscue. I think that was into the half, right, where we threw it and had the backcourt violation, so we missed that one. But for the most part, I think we've taken a few steps there.
I guess going into Sunday's game? It's obviously going to be important for the standings. What's the message, or what's the focus for the team?
Yeah, and it still won't be about the standings. It will just be about getting, the next one against a really, really good team, in TCU. What do they play tomorrow, I think, against Baylor, so that will be another big game, and that will swing some standings, I guess, but still a little early to be overly talking about those types of things. We understand it. Like, it's a big game. It's on national TV. It's on the road against a top 15 team in the country. So we understand the task at hand, but we'll be excited for that challenge. We need the test. We need to go see where we're at. It will be an NCAA tournament type feel, I have a feeling, and that will make us better.
Expect another toss-up, I'm assuming, like you had here?
I would imagine, yeah, two good teams and two good defensive teams, and so I don't know if it'll be 51-50 and hopefully not come down to a 3 against us late like that, but I imagine it will be a battle. Yeah, obviously they're good with a superstar, and well coached, so good challenge for us. Excited for it.
Do you expect to see CC playing maybe a little more? It seems like every single game there's something that she continues to build on and is better than the game before.
Yeah, she's playing well with a ton of confidence right now. We just can play a little differently when she's in, and so she allows us to do some things differently offensively. But, I like where she's at right now. I think she's in a good place, so I'm sure she'll continue to get the minutes, if not even more.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. Thank you all.